Hello, hello. This is Simone. This month and next month, so for June and July 2018, I'm a guest designer with Pretty Little Studio using the Sunny Memories collection that was designed by Zinia Amoiridou. And what I love doing when I get new stuff, and especially when there is Project Life cards and 6x6 papers included, is create a Project Life spread. And instead of using the cards and papers on my current 2018 album, I decided, oh, there are so many cards and so many papers. Why don't I just pull out one of the photos from 2016, one of the weeks from 2016 that I'm still trying to catch up? Yes, I am. And use it for one of the big 24 by 12 spreads, a double page spread, so to speak. The reason why I didn't go to my 2018 photos is because I have already pre-picked cards for those weeks that I have printed, and so this was the easier way because I actually have printed all of the weeks of 2016 and cut apart, and I have notes for all of the weeks, and so I just have to pull the photos and then work with whatever I have. So the Sunny Memories collection from Pretty Little Studio is very colorful. There is lots of flowers, as you can see, and very bold stripes. It feels like an almost rainbow colors everywhere. And the journaling cards are I really like them. There's several that could be used as filler cards. There is lots of them with journaling spots, and yeah, they have amazing prompts on them. This one up there says the date and the story. Then there is one with numbers. I'm adding that right in here. And yeah, as you can see, if you look closely, this is not a great photo week for featuring a new collection. There is I thought it was 4 dark photos, but actually it's more like 6. So there is this morning photo where my kids walk to the school bus. It's not black, but it's also quite dark. Then there is a photo of a screenshot of one of those. There was an iOS update that week where you were actually able to really create those pictures that then disappear and send as a message. Yeah, that has a black background, so there's black on white from the screenshot. Then there is a photo of our movie night. Then there is a photo from outside when it was dark, and a photo from Round Table Pizza with my son and husband in the front, and a whole dark room in the back. So, yeah. And it wasn't the papers, it wasn't the colors, it's what made me struggle the most with this week. And yeah, maybe I should have thought first before I started working on this, but now that I look at it, I'm really happy that I accidentally grabbed such a crappy week, because the colors really make the photos pop and it doesn't look as dark and ugly as it did before. Now, what I was really struggling with was the title card. I had originally thought I was going to use that floral print, the black and white floral print, and I thought maybe I would do something with the tags, not tabs. But now that I look at it, I really liked that stripe on the floral, but I didn't at that moment, and so I decided I just cut down some more white cardstock to a 4x6 and then use that as a weekly title card. So in 2016, and I think in 2018 as well, I have been using a title card. I have sometimes, right now, my title card is a 3x4 card, But then in 2016, I was using the top left corner 4x6 spot as a title card. And yeah, so I'm playing around with the tags and I'm not sure what and how I'm going to use it. I didn't like that the smaller tags had the same size. And then I decided, why don't I just remove those two and use two tags on there? It's different and it's very simple, more the kind of style that I use right now in my project life. But it works. It's quite light and it's a stark contrast to the rest of the spread. So I'm trying to make it cohesive with the rest. I had in the collection, there is a whole set of tabs that you could add to your planner or to layouts or anywhere else you would like to have them. And I had been thinking about, there's one that says this week, and I was like, oh wow, I could use this in a Project Live spread, but it didn't work with the title card that I had started to create. If I had wanted to use it, I probably should have used it or started with that and then create my whole title card around that tab. Since it's very linear, I am using the stickers, and I'm not going to use the colorful stickers because I think everything is so colorful, and I wanted to have the week 37 as a complete cohesive word and number word. Is that a number word? I don't even know. It's a number. Yeah, a word and a number that looks the same. Now that I have all the cards picked out, they will switch later on when I'm actually working on that particular slot. But this is what I'm starting with. I am going through all the die cuts that are included in this collection, and there is actually, now don't really quote me on that, I think there is 3 different die cut packs. There's one with lots and lots of really small die cuts that work really well in Project Live. They have phrases on them or words, and then there's one with more than just banners and flags and labels, that has flowers and bigger word die cuts. I'm sorry, I was just thinking, is it phrases or words? But it's mostly words. And then there is one with banners and flags that doesn't have any wording on this. You could use those as labels. And I don't know why I didn't open that package up yet. But since I had already chosen so many flags for this spread, I didn't think I needed to use more of those. And now I'm stamping the date. By covering up the other date, I was able to not stamp 2016, but it's not even. But yeah, it's in the books, and that is what counts. Now, I really love those labels, and I thought I was going to use more, but I think I didn't use that many because they're bigger than 3x4 cards, and so I have to cut them down all the time. And since I had already, I think I would have loved smaller labels for working in Project Live, just because I would have been able to use a whole label, if that makes sense. I like cutting them down, but I also like having the option of not having to cut them down, if you get what I mean. And this is an amazing sticker sheet, and I'm definitely going to use that in a project for this week as well, for the next week, I mean. They're really tiny word phrase stickers, and they're in all the colors of the rainbow, and they are really so versatile. There's tons and tons of those stickers on there, and I don't know why I didn't use many of them on here. Maybe because I had already so many words because I have been using the flags, but they're amazing. And I'm going to create a weekly journal spread with those stickers in for next week. All right, so what am I doing? I am working on all of the things. And I don't know if you noticed, probably since you have been watching my videos, it is obvious that my embellishment game isn't strong, or maybe it is strong because I'm only using one or two things to embellish my photos and cards. I'm very minimal right now, and I really enjoy this. I like how this looks. I have been doing a lot more with lots of layering, washi strips underneath, and I love the look of that, but somehow it's not working for me right now. And that's okay. I guess we all go through phases while we create, and I really enjoy this more minimal look at the moment. So now I'm journaling about that photo that is covered up by that green journaling card at the moment, and what I spell out was dork, because that day I kind of thought it was a really great idea to wear a very colorful dress with red striped leggings and ride my bike and put my helmet on. And I only put my helmet on because I think that driving here in the States is the worst. People do not see bicycle riders as equal traffic participants, so they often do not see you, and it's very dangerous. And also I want to set a good example for my kids, and so yeah, that is why I was wearing a helmet, but I looked like a dork. So so stupid, and I took a selfie, and so I had to put this in here. That is the story, and that's why this photo actually gets a flare button, a smiley flare button. And as you can see, while I'm talking, I am struggling with that screenshot of that text because it's so dark and there's so many dark photos. I don't like how it looks when there is a white card. And I also didn't want to bring in another bold color. So what I'm ending up doing is I'm cutting down more white cardstock, but I am actually framing the whole card with this really, really bold pink pattern or paper, and that actually really looks good. And now I'm trying to tie in the white photo and make this a whole card of sorts. I was quickly thinking about this square, but it just didn't look good. And then I find this tag that also has a smiley photo faces on there, and this is able to cover up the seam of the photo. And now I'm just spelling out iOS update, and then I'm journaling underneath that there is this update where you can now send those messages where you can draw with your finger, and I get spammed with messages from my sons who use my husband's phone, not photo. So, okay, so that first card looks okay, and I had left a white background behind that photo, but it wasn't even, first of all, which I really hate. And then it didn't really make the photo pop as much as I would have liked it to. And so I decided I'm just going to cut it down and make it look like all the other photos that all the other dark photos that I have. And then I'm going to add a label that is for my journaling. And then I realized that my banners are actually the same. I got a double up of those, which is really nice because I actually really like those banners right now. And that is another thing that you might only get when you see or watch my videos often. Usually, or most of the time, I cut down my banners because I just, for the life of me, cannot make them work. And I'm really surprised about the amount of banners I have been using on this spread, and they look really cool. So yay, Zinia, you made some amazing banners for me to use. And then I am actually journaling on this filler card that says adventures over and over again in different colors, because I love that. I have my inspiration for journaling on filler cards and making them work is Odessa. She does amazing things with her project life. I love how busy yet cohesive and colorful it is. I can't even describe her style. It's just amazing. I love how she treats probably every card and every photo like an extra layout. And what surprises me most with her stuff is that even though they all look like individual layouts, they all work so nicely when they are put together in their page protector. So yeah, that is something that I would love to master one day. Right now, I am changing up this photo or card because I didn't like the way I had a tag on the right, but I actually somehow the angle of the photo suggested that a journaling spot on the left side would have been much nicer. And so I just used this strip of cut off paper that I used to make the 6x4 journaling card to add to the photo, and then cut it down. And then I add the tag and journal. And then I am going to use this sticker set, and I am going to spell out the words new in, and that concludes my spread. This is a very colorful spread. I love how it helped make this really dark week much brighter and happier. Here is a closer look at each individual page. I was very rusty when I made this, that's for sure. And I guess you were able to see that when watching this process video. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. There are some more videos on screen right now if you want to keep on watching. And yeah, I will see you next time. Until then, bye.